Let's be frank, the Democratic Alliance did not enter the government of national unity to simply copy, paste and roll out the National Democratic Revolution. We did not enter into government to roll out ANC policies, particularly because we have evidence that in the last 30 years they have failed South Africans instead of working for them. That is why, as the Democratic Alliance, we're making a plea to the President of the nation to also come to terms with the fact that he's not alone in government. He cannot make decisions alone on legislation that governs the daily lives of South Africans, particularly legislation that is unconstitutional, that does not meet procedural master, and certainly does not serve the best interests of all South Africans. So we, as the Democratic Alliance, are going to explore all avenues possible within the courts to test the constitutionality of this act and make sure that South Africans get what they deserve.
See how he's been invoked by the DA. I saw John Oosthuizen saying that. Conflict between Sihle and Dean is quite interesting, actually. That conflict, you don't have to be worried about it. I think Sihle is representing what we as the ANC support, and Dean is just being out of character. He must talk to his deputy. He cannot chastise a deputy minister. That's why the debate now degenerates about qualifications and all of that, because the way he speaks to Sihle is like Sihle is what is this? A ball boy who must carry his briefcase wherever he goes, and because he's a minister, he sits in cabinet, the deputy doesn't have an opinion. I was a deputy minister one time in government of a minister of the ANC. We're both from ANC, and this minister wanted me to be like a ball boy, and I told him, no, I'm not here. I've come here to play my role. So Dean must speak to his deputy in government, and they must talk. And he cannot think that every time he faces a difficulty, he must run to the DA. No, he must talk to the deputy in government, and then they must face each other there. So that's what is important, rather than running to his party and shouting from outside. When he's got executive authority, he must deal with that matter properly and quite maturely in government. It's very difficult in the GNU. Because you account your party and you come with the mandate of your party in a very, very difficult terrain. So
Constitution and outline what that process can be. Like the letter I sent on the NHI, it simply was brushed away, and that is not how partners treat each other. It's not, and no matter how many clearinghouses you have, that's not how you run a government. Leanne, as I said, I'm calling for a reset in the relations. I'm not saying that we're about to walk out the door, but I'm making an earnest, heartfelt and conscientious appeal to the President, who got elected with votes from my party in the National Assembly, and who would not have got elected had the Democratic Alliance not made our votes available to him, to please listen to us, to take us into his confidence, and to allow us to play our role as full partners in this.